Good morning. Again, this is Kurt from K Handles, and thank you for tuning into my channel. For those who are new, my channel is about freelancing and how you can earn money online. And for today's video, it will be about the 5 requirements that you need to have before jumping into freelancing. Number 1 on my list will be having a desktop or a laptop. So we all know that we need to have a unit for us to start in freelancing, and the ones that I'm showing in my screen right now is the one that I believe the specs that can give you a startup in the basic skill sets in freelancing. I'm talking about telemarketing, appointment setting, data entry, and some entry levels in virtual assistants. Although this can guarantee you a good career in virtual assistants, especially for clients that require you to download software that is only for high-end computers. Just to give you a heads up as well, this computer can't run smoothly for graphic designing, especially for video editing. So this should give you a good start in telemarketing because this can handle dialers and simple Excel tasks in data entry and admin tasks should work well. Second, we'll be having a reliable internet connection. So I'm talking about the clients who've been very annoyed with the excuses of having an interrupted connection. Most of the freelancers out there are well equipped and they are ready for emergencies, so that's why most of the freelancers are having a backup with both internet and power outages. I can say that this internet connection that I'm talking about should be the basic and the standard for most of the requirements from the client. You need to have a wired connection and it should be around 5 Mbps or up. Some are requiring 3, especially for data entry tasks. But for you to have a wider source, I should say that you start with 5 Mbps. It should be worth after all because you can have options out there, especially for virtual assistants, especially for telemarketing. Most of the clients are now requiring at least 5 Mbps, so that there will be no problems in dialing and cold calling. Number 3 on my list will be the most underrated and most neglected requirement in most of the freelancers out there. So I'm talking about the devices, the equipment, and the accessories. So I understand that for most of the freelancers, they want to cover up this part during or along their career. So some of them things that they can just have the UPS, the backup connection after 6 months, or they can purchase good noise cancellation headset after a month, or even a webcam. So I totally disagree with this one because freelancing have been very competitive nowadays, and if you don't have this one, you might miss the spot. You might miss the chance of having this job from a good client just because others have this and you don't. I should say that you need to have a good webcam. I should also include having a UPS just for you to feature this one during your interview. I always use this one to have an edge for some of the freelancers that doesn't have this, and I always talk about how I can be responsible and how I can be there most of the time when the client needs me, especially for power outages. And also the microphone. I'm talking about a good headset. Freelancing is all about communication with the client, and if you don't have this one, I'm not sure if that's a good way for you to have a good relation with your client. So there are a lot of equipments out there, and most of the devices are not discussed in this video, but I should say that you need to have those. And fourth on my list is to have a good workplace, a good station, a good location for you to work. So I'm talking about the background noise, the power interruptions. So for those accounts, those skills that needs a quiet working place, of course you need to comply with this one. um, it's really not desirable by the client hearing those chickens, those background noises out there. So I should say that if you can research, I know there are lots of videos out there how to create or how to make your room noise proof. And also this jumps back to the third requirement that I have, which is about the noise cancellation headset. That's where this equipment is very useful. At least you can have part of the noise to be canceled or to be filtered from that device. So also for non-voice accounts, I'm talking about data entries. I know this noises won't affect you, but I know that data entries, most of them has due dates. So it will be hard for you if you can't complete the task before that time just because of power interruption or some other case scenarios. You should find a way to have this matter settled or have this concern fixed, because you already have the job and you don't want to screw it just because you don't have this good working place. So again, it jumps back to the third requirement, which is having a UPS. At least it can back you up just if in case there are some power interruption. And last on my list, the fifth one will be so I know freelancing has been trending nowadays, and most of the people who are having this 9 to 5 jobs, office jobs, are switching to freelancing, which is a very good idea. I always recommend always not trade most of the transportation which is not paid, and especially for sacrificing your time just to go to the office, which is, I can't say that most of them are having lesser salary, but I can guarantee you that freelancing has been a good way to earn money nowadays. So going back, I should always recommend to have a good transition. When you're still tied up with your current job right now, I should recommend you to go first for a part-time or try looking for a job online. Try to check if your skill set right now is in the market, or if you can have a good job right after jumping into freelancing, because it's not for everybody. I wish it can, but most of the people I know gave up when they are just starting for around 1 to 3 months. I know it's kind of frustrating for 3 months, which is a lot of time for me being unemployed, but that's the main reason why I added this requirement. You need to have a good transition. At least do a part-time or do some interviews while you're rendering your last 15 days in your job, so that you are prepared once you go out there, once you quit your day job. At least you can have a replacement right away, or you know if freelancing works for you, because it's not for everybody. I can tell you that the funds, the money might be a good reason for you, but there are lots of sacrifices as well in freelancing, which I'll be talking about for the next videos. Yes, those are the scary things that you may have when you go to freelancing, and I'll be making a video maybe in the future about that, maybe a week from now. But for now, I'll be closing this video with a motivational speech for each one, or for everyone who's trying to jump into freelancing. It's hard, but it's all worth it. Yeah, I'll tell you guys, freelancing is the new way of earning. Imagine you can earn when you wake up. At the very moment you wake up, you turn that PC, you are earning already. Some are even earning when even they are sleeping. So I'll talk about more, and again, please subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up, and Comment if you have something that you can add up from my list here. Thank you again, and this is Kurt from K Handles. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy freelancing. Bye bye.